just a little bit until YouTube connects. Hey, Mayor Cruzen, you can go.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Estimate and Apportionment, Wednesday, January 20th at 2 p.m. Stephanie, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Cruzen,
Here.
Comptroller Green,
Here.
President Reed,
Here.
all present.
Thank you all. We have a long agenda for today. And so bear with me and I'll begin right now. Items presented for the first time. Number 1, 21.068. Request from the Comptroller's Office for approval of contracts and leases for various city departments as listed on Exhibit A. 2, 21.069. Request from the Comptroller's Office for approval of intra-departmental and interdepartmental transfers from various city departments as listed on Exhibit B. 3, 21.070. Request from the Comptroller's Office for approval of transfers between projects for capital improvement funds listed on Exhibit C. Number 4, 21.071. Request from the Comptroller's Office for approval to pay an invoice for the Missouri Municipal League for calendar year 2021 in the amount of $28,864.70 from Fund 1010 Center 190 account 5648000. Number 5, 21.072. Request from the Comptroller's Office, Deputy Comptroller, Finance and Development for approval of a capital lease purchase agreement between City of St. Louis, Regions Capital Advantage, Inc., Regions Bank, to provide approximately $5 million in rolling stock needs for various city departments. Number 6, 21.073. Request from the St. Louis Development Corporation, Director of Commercial Development for approval of Board Bill 215 Committee Substitute. This ordinance authorizes the redevelopment agreement in order to implement the Kingsway Commercial TIF project and a financing agreement between the city and the Industrial Development Authority of the City of St. Louis, which will issue TIF obligations not to exceed $6.9 million plus issuance costs. Number 7, 21.074, request from the Director of Airports for approval of Board Bill 183. This ordinance authorizes the first amended and restated concession agreement for OHM Concession Group LLC, which allows for a 35-month extension from 2/1/21 through 12/31/23 to end concurrent with the 7th amended and restated food and beverage concession agreement, AL 110 with Host International, Inc. Number 8, 21.075, request from the Director of Airports for approval of Board Bill 185. This ordinance authorizes the first amendment to the airport use and lease agreements and cargo addendums when applicable, which allows for a 1-year extension through June 30th, 2020, adds a 1-year renewal option, and adjusts the signatory commitment for the full term. Number 9, 21.076, request from the Director of Airports for approval of Board Bill 208. This ordinance authorizes Airport Office Building Lease Agreement AL-176 with Boeing Company. Number 10, 21.077, request from the Director of Public Safety for approval of Board Bill 201. This ordinance authorizes the execution of a grant agreement totaling $838,128 between the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department and the Missouri Department of Public Safety, Office of Homeland Security for the Operation Legend program. Number 11, 21.078, request from the Director of Public Safety for approval of Board Bill number 202. This ordinance authorizes the execution of $123,400 grant agreement between the City of St. Louis Police Division and the Missouri Department of Public Safety, Office of Homeland Security for the Project Safe Neighborhoods program. Number 12, 21.079, request from the Office of the Medical Examiner for approval of the following changes to their table of organization. Eliminate medical legal investigator 1 position, add medical legal investigator 2 position. Eliminate autopsy technician 1 position, add autopsy technician 2 position. Number 13, 21.080, request from the Community Development Administration for approval to exchange 1 program specialist 2, 12G position for a special assistant for development position 17M on their table of organization to assist in the administration of residential development housing programs. Number 14, 21.081, request from the Department of Human Service for approval to add 3 limited term per performance positions to their table of organization. Accountant, contract compliance officer, program manager 1. Number 15, 21.082, request from the mayor's office through the Community Development Administration for approval of a transfer in the amount of $365,000 per ordinance number 71182 to the Department of Health 1410-700-2000-565-9000 from 1410-120-2020 CARE Pandemic 2020 Contingency to provide funding for the Sobering Center. Number 16, 21.083, request from the mayor's office through the Community Development Administration for approval of a transfer in the amount of $100,000 per ordinance number 71182 to CDA 1410-1422000 5659000 from 1410-120-2020 CARE Pandemic 2020 Contingency to provide additional funding for small business grants. Excuse my phone. There we go. Number 17, request from the Community Development Administration, Executive Director for approval of Board Bill 190. This ordinance authorizes the execution of $2,520,000 grant agreement with the Department of Housing and Urban Development under the Lead Hazard Reduction Demonstration Grant Program. Number 18, 21.085, request from the St. Louis Development Corporation and the Deputy City Councilor for approval to change the lessee due to a Scrivener's error from Terminal Railroad Association in Illinois Corporation to Terminal Railroad Association, a Missouri Corporation for the Port Authority Commission and city documents authorized by Ordinance 71237. That's the extent of this agenda. I'd like to make one modification, just a couple of words on item number 17. It should say request from the Community Development Administration Executive Director for approval of Board Bill number 190 and the contract with HUD.
I move for adoption of the aforementioned amendment to item number 17, I think you said.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second to amend item number 17. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, that was unanimous. Okay, thank you.
I move for adoption of items 1 through 18 as amended.
Second.
Is there any, we have a motion and a second to approve items 1 through 18. Is there any discussion on any of the items? No? Hearing none. Stephanie, would you please call the roll for approval of items 1 through 18 that's been motioned and seconded?
Mayor Cruzen,
Aye.
Comptroller Green,
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye.
Thank you all. Now, the next item, the additional item on our agenda is request from the Comptroller's Office for an update from the City of St. Louis Mayor and President of the Board of Aldermen on the status of closing the workhouse. And let me bring you up to date on where we are on that at the current time. So, as you know, today, or as you may know, today there are not quite 800 people that are detainees that are in a combination of the MSI and the CJC. There are 174 people today at MSI. A couple of weeks ago, actually on Tuesday, December 29th and Friday, December 1st, there was a disturbance at CJC, and there were around 90 to 100 people, 2 different dates, moved to MSI as a result of that. And there were some repairs and improvements that needed to be made to the units at CJC. So that's why there are currently 174 people at MSI and 602 at CJC. In addition, as I mentioned to you a few weeks ago at our last meeting, we have been exploring the possibility of housing some detainees in locations not within CJC or MSI. And I mentioned last week that there is an opportunity to utilize a detention center that's in Kentucky. We continue to be in discussions with them. There are also there were two other responses to Dale's request that folks that were interested in considering housing some of our folks, and one of them was in Ozark County and one was in Franklin County. Excuse me, I misspoke there. Ozark County and Douglas County. So at the present time, we have not executed or not bringing forward any contracts with detention centers in outlying locations. We believe that where the detainees are housed now is in most cases better than where they would be if they were out of the city of St. Louis. So we are not bringing those forward at this time. The other thing that we talked about last month was Rich Bradley's office, President of the Board of Public Service, has had a consultant to prepare some options for having detainee locations other than at MSI. And I know that Rich Bradley reached out to both the president and the comptroller to go over what some of those options are. And I believe, it's my understanding that there are a couple of meetings that are sort of scheduled. I don't know if they're firmed up yet, to take place with both Madam Comptroller and the president to go over all this information with you. So that is, that's my update on MSI at this point in time.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I did want to say that our office is in discussion with Richard Bradley's office to schedule a presentation.
Right, that's my understanding too. I'm glad that that's happening. Thank you for that. Is there any question or any other discussion on that subject? Okay.
Move to adjourn this
Before
session.
we adjourn, let me just say, we just swore in a new administration, and so congratulations to all the new administration in Washington, and look forward certainly to working with the new administration as we've worked with all the administrations, but we're excited about that today. So with that, there's a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 All right.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Happy
right, bye-bye.
Inauguration Day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tony, will you do the report for me?
Yep.
Thank you.